listen, before we get into all that, there's one thing we need to talk about, boys. We got to talk, being current with times, what's going on in the world out there. We need to talk about who we're all voting for, boys. No, that's the perfect energy we need, Eric.
Start the countdown. Oh,
dude, the time change is real, man. It gets you.
It is.
Sneaks up on you.
Year.
Sleepy dads are sleepy.
Sleepy dads are very sleepy. And that's a perfect segue into our intro. And we are live. Welcome back to episode 13, boys. Moving along, chugging along. Subscribers are going strong. Viewers are going strong. So appreciate all the support. As always, I'll keep it short. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you get the podcast. With that being said, let's go ahead and get things rolling with the fake ad read of the week. Eric, take it away.
Right on. Let's see. Today's sponsor is brought to you by Merrill Shoes. Guys, it's a beautiful time of the year. The weather is turning colder, the humidity is going away, and it syncs up perfectly with your favorite sports team being completely inept and flushing another season down the drain. So now that your Sundays have opened up, it's time to go outside and hit the trails. I can attest to the awesomeness of wearing Merrill shoes on a trail. Brandon and I are a few weeks away from a 10K Spartan race, and I personally have a pair of their shoes, and they're fantastic for stumbling your way through a trail and in the mud. Merrill exists to share the simple power. Merrill exists to share the simple power of being outside. We believe the trail is for everyone. So next time, be sure to use promo code My Team Sucks But My Feet Don't 20 to save 20% off your next purchase.
Little stumble there, but you recouped.
Yep.
You recouped.
I had my Merrills on, and I stumbled, but I was able to keep. I didn't fall down.
I was about to say you didn't stumble in his shoes, but you went the other way.
Exactly, dude. Getting a good pair of shoes is very underrated, especially coming in like the fall, winter time. Like good pair of shoes that keep you warm and are nice and cozy. Very
and upright.
Underrated.
Yeah, and upright.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly. So, all right. So this week, boys, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I know we usually do Boom Roasted Sports Talks towards the end of the pod. We're going to kick the pod off with that this week, just because some of our dad stories kind of relate to the draft we're doing later on. So I figured it'd be a better transition for us. So, Brandon, if you want to go ahead and take it away with this week's Boom Roasted Football Update of the Week.
I'd love to, Nish. All right, this week's Boom Roasted Football Update of the Week. Cowboys took another L today after losing to the Falcons. Good thing their fans were still too sad from the Yankees losing to care. Boom roasted.
Boom.
The Vols took on Kentucky Saturday night and told the fans to black out the stadium. Too bad most of the students fully committed and were blacked out before the game ended. Boom roasted. I can attest. Titans barely edge out the Patriots in OT for the win. Congrats on beating your best competition for the number one pick. Boom roasted.
Yeah, that was the 1 week we want the team to lose and they go out and win. So they just can't get anything
hard.
Right. Exactly.
We
really tried.
Barely got a win in overtime.
Yeah. Listen, before we get into all that, there's one thing we need to talk about, boys. We got to talk, being current with times, what's going on in the world out there. We need to talk about who we're all voting for, boys. And when I mean voting, I mean, who are we all voting for the Titans to get with the first overall pick in next year's draft? Because they're going to be the first overall pick.
We are going to be in a high contention for it.
High contention, top two for sure. We're not getting outside the top two pick.
It's the only
thrilling hard
thing
in that direction.
Yeah, it's the only thrilling thing about the season. Can we get the number one pick?
Exactly.
We will.
Who are you boys feeling for?
Place.
Yeah. Who are you boys feeling for to get for the next for a high pick? It'll probably be 1, 2, or 3. I feel like, and I feel like there's going to be a decent player available. It's just a matter of what direction we're going to go in. Who do you guys?
I'll
think?
go.
Go, Brandon.
You
go. You go, Brandon.
I hope we get number one. I hope we get Travis Hunter. I want an athlete. I want a stud. We lost a bunch of studs recently. I want a stud back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. I want something to be happy about, something to be excited about. We were excited about this offseason and all these players we brought in. But you know what? I want a young stud who's guaranteed to do something. This dude plays every play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can he on both sides of the ball? I don't care where they put him. I don't care what they do with him, but I just want him on our team. I want something exciting going into this next year. Boom roasted.
Yeah, Travis Hunter's got to be the only logical pick because I don't like any of the quarterbacks coming out next year. I mean, they could be good. I don't know, but from what I've seen, I'd rather just tank another year, get Travis Hunter in with the first pick or second pick.
Go skills. Take a skills
Go
guy.
skill.
Yeah.
Get straight skill guys.
Honestly, just
And
right
then-
back with Rudolph. Mason Rudolph. Like, and then
He's
you
not
know,
bad. Like-
no, he's bad, which means you know
No, he's
you're gonna
bad,
be
yeah.
drafting top 5.
Yeah,
He's not bad.
Wait,
If you
Wait,
want to
hold on.
tank, yeah,
He's
if you want
bad.
to tank,
Yeah.
he's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, because the following draft is really where you want to get a quarterback because Arch Manning's going to be coming out. Nico's going to be coming out. Like, there'll be better quality prospects coming out in the year after next in terms of the QB position.
Yeah.
And if Callahan is trying to get his guy in there, someone he's handpicked,
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to have a better chance to succeed with one of those guys if he makes it that long. Who knows if he's going to make it another year
he
and a
was
half. at this
crying
point.
after beating the Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like crying, and I'm sure he's like, oh, I get to keep my job. And I guess you want your team to care that much. Man, Vrabel went up
Not
there
really.
crying, I tell you that.
Yeah, crying it makes you look like a bitch, dude. It's like there's nothing wrong with crying in the sanctity of your own home or like with your buddies around a campfire after you've had some whiskeys and the vibes hit you. But if you're on a press conference and you're the figurehead of the team and you're crying, it makes you look sad. It's like, oh my God.
Eric, how do you know that he didn't have a few whiskeys and he wasn't just vibing with the boys before he came out?
He might
in
have.
the locker room.
He might have.
Having some tears in the locker room.
I was gonna say, Anish, my draft pick. I hope the Titans draft a heart, so that way I can start caring again. Because right now, there's so much. What is it? It's apathy when you just don't even care. Like there's no apathy at all for the Titans because you draft say you draft a stud quarterback this next coming year. Our offensive line is dog shit. Like the guy's not going to be able to stand up. You could draft Travis Hunter, but who's going to throw him the ball? Maybe Rudolph gets to him a few times throughout the season, but it's not going to be anything great. So maybe you go offensive line, but the quarterback's play still sucks. So we're just years away from being like actually like a cohegent. Is that a word? That's a word, right?
Hey, man. Kush is out for a year.
Yeah, we lost him today. That sucks.
Yeah.
And that sucks this time of year because, I mean, how long is it going to take him to recover from that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll probably miss some time at the beginning of next year, too.
Yeah, it's all good things. So I just... it all just keeps adding up to you're like, why invest any more time? And I believe yes, they won today, but it was like the Pooper Bowl. Like it was bad football. It's like, congratulations, you beat the second worst team in the league.
And listen, look, we're all happy our team won, right? At the end of the day, we're still fans and whatnot, but at a certain point,
does it
like,
feel good?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like at a certain point, when you're going up against the team you're fighting for with the number one pick, you got to lose that game. Yes. I don't care what kind of hope you have, for a false sense of hope that you have. You got to lose that game and assert yourself firmly for one of the top 2 picks.
Yes. Well, and especially you're like, Callahan, this is the year to be truly awful because you get the first. He's going to be here next year. Like they're not going to fire him this year. So it's like, dude, it's in your best interest to be as bad as we can be. So that way you can get your choice of player.
It doesn't do anything for us to win with Rudolph.
No. Nothing at all. Like you said, the 2 games we've won are with Mason Rudolph. We haven't won a game with Will Levis even.
Yes.
So
I know. And even next year.
It's not a great look.
But I agree with you, Brandon. Go with the skill player guy. Maybe draft another lineman or O lineman to help us out there. And then roll it back with the Rudolph and Levis because it's like they're going to suck anyways. So at least we can start accruing some talent.
Yeah. I say load up on skill and offensive linemen. Every pick of the draft. Don't even draft defense. Just go with skill players on offense and offensive linemen for every pick and see where it gets you.
Yep.
Because nothing else is working at this point. So, all right, let's move to a happier note. Outside of the Titans, Brandon, you were in person at the Tennessee game last night against Kentucky. Give us some insight. How was that? How was the experience at Neyland Stadium?
So I'd never been to a night game at Neyland, and it's been a while since I've been to a game anyway, but man, night game at Neyland was electric. Like when it was a blackout game, And so everyone's wearing dark, and then they cut off the lights like pregame and play that spooky Rocky Top. And man, it was literally like chills. I was like, oh my gosh, like, and the whole place was just hype, because people have been tailgating all day because it's a night game. It's Kentucky, so it's a rival, and everybody was hyped because we're coming off a bye week, and you'd think they're going to be prepared, but in true Tennessee fashion, it was pretty sloppy to start with. But man, the game, like I said, the game itself was kind of sloppy. A lot of penalties. They couldn't get a rhythm offensively, it seemed like. But then, like, the second half, they kind of turned it on. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. They had 3 drop touchdowns and then 3 missed field goals. So it's like the score. I don't think the score was really, like, accurate to how the game was. Even though Kentucky didn't play like bad, like they had a bunch of they broke a bunch of big plays off and still played us hard for whatever reason. But
it just means more.
I feel like the score should have been a lot more, but it means more in the SEC, baby. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. Realized, like, nearly 40-year-old me trying to hang out at college tailgates is not great the next day. So a little slow today, but other than that, it was freaking awesome. I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I've never been to a game there, so
you kept sending us.
It's wild. It's fun.
You kept sending us text messages throughout the day as updates, and for a while there, they stopped, and we were like,
"Well, I will say one flaw at Neyland is the service there is awful. Like, it's hard to get any service around the stadium. There's just, I don't know if it's just the amount of like concrete or what, but the cell service is bad. So that was part of it. Part of it was having fun.
Yeah, we saw like 3 back-to-back texts of like drinking, beer pong, a bunch of selfies with the sunglasses on, and then went quiet for a few hours. And I was like, we should probably check on Brandon. We haven't heard on him for a while. He hasn't done this in a while. I don't know if he's okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was so much fun. I'd go back.
Nice. Well, close weekend to
Sleepy
go.
Dad's pod. From Neyland.
live podcast from Neyland.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. The time change really came in clutch for you this weekend.
I needed it bad. But dude, it was awesome. Watching Nico in person was pretty cool. Because some of the plays he makes, you're just like, oh my gosh! Like, there was one rolled out to the right, like dodged like 2 sacks, and then like threw it on a dime. The only where the receiver could get it for like a 3rd down conversion. That was later in the game, and that was like a big moment. But that was like, oh, that's like an NFL play, like kind of made you excited.
Like, he's gonna be a great Titan.
He'll be a great Titan. He's gonna turn us around.
God, I hope so.
I don't know. Did you see the bomb where that dude dropped it was like a diving catch in the end zone? Oh, it was the opposite end zone of where we were sitting. I was like cheering, like thinking we scored. Until you like look up and you're like, oh, he dropped that?
You're like the sun.
Brandon's like the only one standing up. Like,
yeah, they all coalesce into you thinking you're like, touchdown. You're like, oh shit, he dropped it.
Yeah, he dropped it.
Funny story about that. One time me and Eric were at a Predators game, and a player scored a hat trick. And
I know.
Yes, he at the time a hat trick was scored.
He did, and Eric had like a relatively new hat. Yeah, relatively new hat.
Brand new.
Yeah. And he chunked that thing onto the ice. And then no more than 5 minutes later, they announced it was somebody else who scored the goal.
They took his goal away, and then and then after the game, they took away his second goal. So there was a 1-goal hat trick in the arena.
Didn't like your dad, hadn't he bought that for you?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah. But to be fair, your dad, I feel like, would be the first person telling you to throw the hat if he was in the arena.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like in the spirit of it, I've never been to a game where a hat trick was scored, so I was ready to watch it.
You did kind of hesitate. If I remember correctly, you did hesitate at first, and we were like, you got to do it, dude. You got to do it. People are, everybody else is throwing him. You got to do it.
Hit it with a pump fake.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, yeah. So I guess we can transition to the Pride since we brought up that story. Predators have been doing kind of they got back on the right track. I know last week when we recorded, they were down 2-0, but spoiler alert, they came back and won that game in overtime. Mm-hmm. So they're playing well. I know they lost against Edmonton on Thursday. Had a good win yesterday.
Spanked by Edmonton, and then even last night they won 5-2. But it was a 3-2 game with like a minute and a half left, which got some empty netters. so it inflates the stats a little bit. Anish, I feel like they're that's like you're like you win 2, lose 2, win 1, lose 1. It's like how you end up like missing the playoffs by like 2 or 3 games is because of this kind of stuff. Like early, I mean, already being in start the season in a giant hole, and then not really. We still haven't really dug ourselves out of the hole. So just more feel good. I was gonna say the feel good stuff for Middle Tennessee sports.
Mm-hmm. The win 2, lose 2 pattern works when you don't start out 0-5.
Mm-hmm, yes,
like you can coast with that when you're not already 0-5.
Get a little get a points cushion. Yes.
Exactly. So cool. Any other sports? Did you guys catch any other college games or anything fun with the NFL games today?
That's the thing with going to a game is you're there. So I couldn't tell you
get
what,
a one game
you see scores, but I couldn't tell you what happened in college. It seemed like some top teams went down.
Yeah, so dude, is Michigan still considered a top team?
No, no, they're trash.
Talk about the weakest national championship defense ever from a team is like to immediately just be terrible. Maybe Auburn after Cam Newton left, like the one and done Cam Newton.
Yep,
where you're immediately like a 3 or 4 loss team, and you're like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, talk about hangover.
Dude, I yeah, right, exactly. I didn't get to watch much of it, but what is Georgia's offense? Is the Beck guy? Is he just not good? I feel like they're having like, yeah, I feel like they're not good.
They keep winning though.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Tennessee.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, you can say the same thing about us.
That's true.
What was that? What was that stat, Anish?
It was like since the Oklahoma game, every game after that, I think we scored like. What was it, like 10 points? Yeah, go ahead.
The last 4 SEC games, Tennessee Volunteers first half points, 4 games, 7 points.
Oh, wow.
Second half points, 82.
Oh, yeah. That was the Oklahoma game too, right? The Oklahoma game, they started out crazy hot, and then in the second half,
then we slowed down,
petered out. Yeah.
And since then, it's been like starting off bad.
Yeah, I will say this: I've watched a couple of Georgia games, like just in passing this year, and they don't look good. They don't look like the same Georgia teams as years past, for sure. And there's something wrong with them.
But I do feel like
defense this year.
Yeah,
go ahead, Eric.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I do feel like those because it's like the reigning national champ is dog shit, and then like Alabama's wounded. It's like Oregon's in it, but can Oregon actually win a national championship? You know, maybe this year, maybe not. But it's probably also lining up for Georgia to win again. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way the teams are looking this year.
I think it's still wide open.
Yeah, wide open. Which means
be in the playoff bracket or whatever.
Yes, which means like Georgia's probably going to win the national championship again.
I mean, with college football, they're probably happy that this is the first year of the 12-team playoff, because if you're like, this is the best year to have it, because literally you have no idea who's going to win. Yep. So the more teams, better. And like,
or even like Penn State. How was Penn State number 3 in the country? That's before they got
every year, dude,
dominated by Ohio State. Yeah, but it is. It's like you're like
conference, man.
It is, but it's also you're like every year like Penn State's awesome. You're like, well, they're going to have at least 2 losses. 2 or 3 by the end of the year. It's like, and here we are. There's their first loss. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Dude, I know it doesn't matter now because Penn State lost, but there's some crazy tiebreakers like in college football. Like someone was saying, like if Indiana, Penn State, and Oregon all went undefeated, Oregon would have been left out of the Big Ten championship game. It would have been Penn State versus Indiana just because of the tiebreaker situation.
Oh, well, because all the teams there's no conferences anymore. Or all the conferences are all jacked up now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no divisions. It's not like East and West. It's all just one big table.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Literally chaos. Or even
chaos.
Who I saw there was a window where Colorado can still make the playoff as their conference champ.
Yeah,
it's our number one pick.
Like it's in play, yeah, which is kind of funny,
right?
Yeah, it's crazy. So who knows? You're right. Maybe this is the year where you end up with like a BYU or a Boise State that can come in and like win the Natty.
Never know. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Maybe
right?
It could happen.
Maybe, just maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Any other sports talks with? I do want to bring up one fantasy note. Somehow Eric, who hasn't been able to see his fantasy team in like 3 weeks. You might beat me this week, Eric. Your team went off. Like your team went off this week, and nobody's on a bye.
Grit.
And like everybody's healthy. Yeah. I was very pissed off. I texted Brandon. I was like, "This mother effer Eric might beat me this week."
Send me a screenshot. I don't even know who's starting because
I'd love to know.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
I
think it'll come. I'd love to be part of that one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you this is
I think
where
it comes
we're
down
at
to
right now, Eric. But you have Mahomes and DeAndre Hopkins playing tomorrow, and I have Kareem on, so it'll be close. Yeah, it'll be close, but
yeah, suck it.
Not fun.
Suck it.
Not fun for me because
Suck
I
it,
thought
Anish.
here we thought Eric was gonna be a bye week, and somehow his team's in it.
It's got heart.
He's got heart. Yeah, he's got the heart the Titans are looking for.
That's right. Draft it right here. Number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, maybe we should give him a heart transplant, Eric. Send it over to the Titans.
What is it?
They
You're
need
like
it.
Eric Bigness, Nashville, Tennessee, heart.
Yeah,
Like the draft or the
Tennessee Tech.
lineup. Yeah, Tennessee Tech.
yeah. Or don't even say college. Just say high school.
Yeah, Dixon County. Higher.
Dixon County High School. Yeah.
The
Athlete.
Dixon
Athlete,
County.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything to talk about with sports, we can go ahead and keep pushing. This past week, Halloween. I know everybody's been clamoring for that weather update, boys, that we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, we'll kind of roll
Big
everything
update
in
coming.
one. Big update coming. No, we'll roll everything together with the Halloween recap and dad stories of the week. So that way, we don't have to keep going back and forth. Eric, I'll let you kick it off. How was your Halloween? And what do you got for dad stories for us?
We had a fantastic Halloween. Following up on that weather report, it hadn't rained in like a month, and then all day Halloween through midnight, it was pouring down rain. So we were soaking wet. But you know what? The candy's not going to collect itself. So full costumes. We hit up our neighborhood. The girls got so much candy. But so two things where my neighborhood has gotten lame, where I would say over half the houses they had 0 lights on and no candy, not even like the candy bowl, like take a few, be kind or whatever, happy Halloween. So that was like a bummer. But then on the plus side, because it was raining, there weren't that many trick-or-treaters. So people were just like dumping candy in their bags.
Yeah.
So they ended up with an insane amount of candy. There's always one house. He has really cool spider webs that come off the side of his house. He gives out full size candy bars, and Ophelia came back with like 6 full size candy bars, like in her hands.
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh, that's the jackpot. That's like legit." And
I'll
then
take
also
3.
it's like yeah, exactly. I'm like, that Snickers is mine. I'm cold. I'm out here too. My feet are wet. It's dark.
Hashtag dad tax.
Yeah, exactly. No, and then so proud dad moment. This was the first year Hadley she's in kindergarten now. She stayed with us. We didn't take a wagon or anything, and she walked the entire neighborhood trick-or-treating, and then like she hit every single house, was right there running with like the older kids trying to keep up. And that's a cool moment to see the little girl who's normally after like halfway through just riding in the wagon, not even really caring about going trick-or-treating. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then just funny dad story. So Saturday we went to a birthday party, and there were cupcakes and popcorn. And then afterwards we went to Culver's just on the way back. It was later. So we're like, hey, we'll just stop and get a burger. Hadley, my youngest Hadley, she ate a cheeseburger, French fries. You get a free ice cream scoop, which is a big scoop at Culver's. Which shout out Culver's. Those are big scoops for little kids, free ice creams. And then as we were walking to the car, we were like, "Man, I can't believe you ate that whole cheeseburger." And she looked at me and she was like she was doing like the blown out cheese. And so Katie had her, and it's right next to a Walmart, like a Culver's shares a parking lot with a Walmart. So in the grass of the parking lot, Hadley was blowing chunks. That little girl ate so much candy and cupcakes and her whole cheeseburger that it made her sick. And me being a good dad, I couldn't help but snag a pic.
For those who are just listening to this, the audio version only, go over to the YouTube and look at that, because Eric just put a picture up for us
So
to
me and
view.
Ophelia were in the car just like dying laughing as like Hadley's like throwing up, and it's great. But it was like, and this is it was because the icing was blue. It was this like chunky blue vomit on this like green grass. It was gnarly.
Dude, so you're telling me there was a bigness that ate too much and they threw up afterwards?
No.
I'm pretty sure she's mine now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
That would probably stand up in court.
That's my calling card in college. We went to Golden Corral. Do you remember that?
Golden Corral and Ryan's, the two buffet restaurants.
Yeah. Was it Ryan's or it was Ryan's, wasn't it? It wasn't Golden Corral.
I thought it was Golden Corral. Hey,
it's both. It's been both. Yeah, it was both.
No, that's what it was. It used to be a Ryan's building, and they turned it into a Golden Corral. Isn't that what it was? Anyways, we went there. It was like $11, all you can eat, and we're like, I'm gonna get my value. Miserable the whole way home. We get to our house in college. I go to the backyard. I'm throwing up chunks in the backyard. I couldn't even make it inside the house.
And we were there. Yeah, we were there for like a good 2 hours.
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
We turned it into like an 18-course meal.
Yeah.
So yes,
that is also when we used to go to the cafeteria, like in lunch, and we would go for breakfast and like go to like the end of breakfast, hang out, like do some homework or something, and wait till lunch, like so you didn't use like a meal. Like, just like
turn into like a study hall.
System. Yeah.
What do they call them? Lunch and learns now in corporate America? It's a lunch and learn.
Yep.
The OG.
Yeah, that was the OG lunch and learn.
You know what's funny though, because I was telling Hattie this. I was like, hey, I understand what you just went through. When I was a kid, there was a restaurant in Dixon called Camino Real, and it was this Mexican restaurant. It was delicious, and I would always order the beef nachos. It was just chips, cheese, ground beef on it, and I could never eat the whole thing. It's one of those like big oval plates of nachos. It's pretty much an appetizer that we would, through bigness form, we'd order it as like a meal for individuals. And the first time I ever ate the entire plate of beef nachos, same thing, miserable the whole way home. My family's laughing at me. We get to my parents pull in the driveway. I step out of the car and I'm in that where the sidewalk is from my parents' house in the driveway, in that little corner. I was vomiting beef nachos like all over my mom's yard.
Nice.
We're gluttonous a little bit. That's in there.
We know our flaws.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Accept them.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Hey, this is judgment-free zone, okay?
That's my week. That's my week.
Nice.
That's a good week.
That's a great week. It's a great week.
That's a full week. Let's see. Well, I started my week off. Tuesday, Haley had cross-country regionals, and the team as a whole did awesome, boys and girls, and they both teams are going to state. Girls, they got second in the region. So this coming Thursday, I'm headed up near Nashville, and
where's it at? Where's it at?
Hendersonville.
Oh, that's past
somewhere in Hendersonville,
up north.
Yeah, it's like the other side of Nashville.
Yeah,
so it'll be a full day, but yeah, it's at some sports park there.
That's awesome.
But so yeah, it should be pretty awesome going to state as a freshman. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I think she understands that, but that's a pretty cool experience. Like this is the first time the boys team is even qualified. I was
gonna say it's very hard to do. It's very hard to do.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll tune in next week to see how that goes.
See if you're collecting rings.
Yeah. Then you just kind of rolled into Halloween, and I've been trying to decide what I was going to be. And originally I was going to do like a lumberjack or something, but then like I was looking at talking about weather update. I was looking at the weather and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 75. Like I was like, I'm going to be like dying out there. So I've been trying to think of something else. I was trying to get the kids to help me, and Haley just kept on about like, you should have all them football jerseys. You should be a football player. Just do something. I was like, no, I want to do something funny, or I was trying to think of something. And I go in my closet one day, and for those that don't know, we like to purchase like these cheap knockoff jerseys from China that are like $27-$30 a piece, and
very good quality.
I like to get excited for my team, so I bought a Julio Jones whenever he came to the Titans, and we all know how that worked out, and that's been haunting me, staring in my closet every time I go in there.
In the baby blue too. It's a good jersey.
Yeah, baby blue.
Oh, yeah,
it's a baby blue Julio.
So sexy. So
I was like, it hit me. I was like, you know what? I've been trying to find a reason to get rid of this jersey. So I decided I'm going to go as this Dead's Titans season. So And then we also got to have a fun dad moment with it. And I was trying to think, I was like, what should I do? I was like, I should run this over. And I was telling the girls, and they were like, can we help? And I was like, sure.
Drive
So
it.
they're
Take
like,
the truck.
yeah. So we took the truck around back. They're expanding our neighborhood, but nothing. The roads are done, but there's no houses or built anything. So there's just open road back there. So we took the truck back there and we laid it out the road, and I let Haley and Lily just take turns driving it. Savannah, I made her sit in my lap. I didn't trust her enough just to let her go wild with it.
Yeah.
But I let the other two. It's the first time I ever let them just go wild, like driving something, even though it was just like front and reverse. But so they enjoyed that. It was fun. And then I, took a knife and scissors to it, cut it up, and had some fake vampire blood and poured it all over it, and wore that for Halloween. We went up to.
It's a good one, Brandon.
Yeah, it turned
Very
out well.
clever.
Yeah,
very
and
clever.
then Steezy. And then Steezy.
Yeah,
Yep.
shout out Steezy.
You didn't plan that,
and I
did you?
actually. No, and what's funny, so that day, the day before, I had to go in the office for a meeting, and I rarely have to go in the office, but when I do, I reach out to Steezy because he works downtown like every day, and we try to grab coffee or something. So I shot him a text, like, hey, I'm going to be downtown, let's grab coffee. And we were talking about Halloween. I was like, dude, I think I'm going to do this for Halloween. He was like, I'm going to do a Bad Titan season 2. I was like, no way. And he's like, yeah, I'll send you a picture. And he did, he just had a Derrick Henry jersey on. And he put something about, he had like a piece of paper. It said like, nothing as scary as this Titan season. And he wore a brown paper bag over his head. So he didn't destroy his, which it's a Derrick Henry, and I would not destroy it either.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
But yeah, so 2 of our friend group went as this crappy Titan season to Halloween.
It just shows you how dire things are in Titanland.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, there was like one kid. So we end up going to this. We have some friends that live in this really, really big neighborhood, and that neighborhood does it up big every year. And this year was like really big because the weather was like, we were the opposite. We had no rain. It was perfect, like clear skies, like 75 degrees. Like I said, I was like borderline sweating walking around in the neighborhood. But so there was a ton of people out. All the people had trailers with like hay rides. They had their golf carts out driving around. It was almost like kind of dangerous. Like it's like, girls, stay on the sidewalk. Don't just run across. But this one, the hay ride goes by, and this kid, he probably like middle school or something. He was like, "Hey, nice costume. That's the life of a Titans fan." And he was like a little kid. I mean, he was probably like middle school or something. But like he was just like, "Man, I feel you, brother." And then as he's driving away, he goes, "But it's always tighten up." I was like, dang, I love that kid.
He's a hopeless romantic.
He gets it. But he literally was like a 6th grade. I mean, he was like a little kid, but the way he was talking, it was like one of the bros.
Just shows you as a Titans fan, even a little kid has seen some things in the Titans.
He gets it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we went up there and it was a great time. Haley she went to some friends. She's too cool for school. She had to go hang out with her friends. So she went to her friends, and then we took our girls up there, and they hung out with their friends. We ran around, ate some pizza, ate some candy, and had a good night. Then I ended the week at the blackout game. So a pretty good week.
That's a good weekend, dude.
For the boy.
Nice. That's a very good weekend.
Dude, I was telling y'all before, also, I went hunting like Saturday morning, so I put in a full day Saturday. I was like, I had a real Tennessee day with, I told y'all, I watched the sunrise in the woods, and I watched it set over Neyland Stadium. Like, that's a full Tennessee fall day.
You had you're a true Tennessean.
That was Tennessee.
You had Morgan Wallen playing in the background the whole day.
Dude, you had like a Davy
Crockett.
Crockett.
What's funny?
You had a Davy Crockett weekend, dude.
I really did.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anish, I don't know if I know you're a Chicago man now. I don't know if you still keep up, but the fourth quarter song now is a Morgan Wallen song.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's only fitting.
So yeah, I did have Morgan Wallen playing.
Oh, nice.
What about you?
Yeah, so I forgot to mention last week, but Halloween this year fell on the same day as Diwali, which is like one of the biggest Indian holidays out there. Which I knew in the back of my head it did. It just completely slipped my mind. So Thursday was a very busy day for us between doing the trick-or-treating stuff. We had family come over like for dinner as well. So like we kind of had 2 things going on at once. Like half our house was decorated with Halloween, half of it was like Diwali decoration. So like it's a lot going on for sure. Before I move on though, funny story about Diwali. 2 funny stories actually. So in college, we all went to I took Brandon and Eric to Vanderbilt Diwali show. It was like kind of awesome. Like a bunch of random performances. Yeah, it was like performances, things like that, just like a cultural show kind of thing.
It was like a tournament, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a tournament. but afterwards, since it's at Vanderbilt, they had like an after party after. So like afterwards we go out and everybody's just like similar to the blackout game. Everybody was blacked out at this after party because it was wild. It was a fun time. We were out till probably like 3 a.m. All I remember for that night is that it was pitch black the entire night, and then all of a sudden the lights come off when it's like time to leave. And there's a guy just sitting Indian style,
Hammered.
like, no shirt on,
Hammered.
yeah, no
Hammered.
shirt on, hammered, and just like moaning.
Like a
Do you
zombie.
remember the girl screamed?
Yeah, there was. It was like
A girl
zombie. It was a
screamed.
scary movie. Like a
Yeah.
zombie just was there. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, a girl screamed like in fright, like when they turned on the lights because he was like there, no shirt, just like it looked like he was dead.
Anish,
Like,
that's our
she was
movie
like,
idea.
"Ah!"
Our movie will be called Diwali, and that's like the thing. It's like everybody's having a good time.
Halloween / Diwali.
Yes, yes.
All right,
We can't tell me
now
that
we're
that,
cooking.
that market's not oversaturated yet.
Yeah. Dude, for real though, I don't know how that guy got there because we were pretty much in the same spot like the whole
Yeah.
night. Like we didn't really move from that spot, and literally as soon as the light turns on, there's just a guy there. Like it was out of nowhere, man. Came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But
Never mind. I thought you were going to tell the story about me being a champion.
no,
but
I
that's
am.
fine.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel
like
I said
we
two
talked
stories.
about it,
I
but-
said
Was
two
that
stories.
Diwali? Was that Diwali? I thought that. Sorry, go ahead. I'll see what story this is. I don't remember Brandon being
so
a
then
champion.
there-
He can't claim both.
No, not champion.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not champion. So a few years ago,
I won.
like, now this podcast is getting off the rails right now. We
I
need to
don't
reel it
remember
back
Brandon
in, boys.
winning
We need to reel it
Diwali. I
back
know he
in.
won Gerba. We all know Brandon's the Gerba champ. I just didn't know he was also Diwali champ. I didn't know that.
Honestly, I don't remember what. I don't know what story you're about to tell.
Yeah,
so
same
I'm a
here.
little confused.
Yeah, same here.
So go.
Yeah. No, this
Hey,
is the
Can't wait to hear it though.
yeah. No, this is the group chat story. So a few years ago,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So a few years ago on Facebook, somehow Brandon got added into this Diwali group chat message with my dad and a bunch of random people, like people I didn't even know. And there's people in there that I don't even know. And somehow
Were you
Brandon's
in it?
there. No, I was not in it.
You weren't in it.
You told me about it. You sent me a text message, like a screenshot.
Dude, your dad's
And I'm like,
super
dude, nah.
cool, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, and I don't know why. I still don't know why. I don't think it's a thing anymore because that was a long time ago. I think Facebook has updated, probably deleted those chats. But yeah, I just randomly one day I started getting all these. I think it was like a year later because it was literally like Happy Diwali, like
Again?
gifs and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, what is this? Like, why am I getting this? I knew no one in there. Like, and then I eventually like see your dad's name, and I was like, well, I guess it's. I was like, and then I see you like a screenshot. I was like, why am I in this? Like, what is this? Like, is. And then it turned out like none of y'all were in there. I was probably the only
Yeah.
young person. It was like all
Yeah.
your dad's bros and me. So I guess I was just like part of the bros.
He's a
The
good
only,
dude, man.
The only thing that I could think of what happened is that he was probably trying to add somebody that was like next to your name. Like, you know, when you type somebody's name out,
The
It's
other
like a list
Indian
of names.
Brandons, you know.
no, it's probably somebody's name that started with
Very
like BR,
common name.
and then it was like
Oh, Brandon Patel,
yeah,
your long lost cousin.
yeah,
Hey, I
Yeah.
would be in there liking stuff.
yeah. You were active in there, dude.
I was active for a little while.
The
I would-
one year they didn't say anything. You texted me. You're like, should I kick it off? What?
Yeah.
Should I start it off?
Hey, boys.
like,
that was the
don't-
best part.
I was like, don't do it, Brandon.
That was the best part. Is like it would just be radio silent. I would forget I was even a part of it, and then all of a sudden one day it would just be all
Mhm.
these weird like gifs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I sent you a screenshot one time. I was like, "Can I send this?" And you were like, "No." It was like a funny, like
I think it was a Michael Scott.
it was the Michael Scott
yeah.
Happy Diwali.
I was like,
Oh,
no,
nice.
don't do that. Yeah, don't do that one.
Hey,
I
would've been
wanted
funny,
to so
though.
bad. I was like, "I'll get kicked
It
out."
would have been, yeah, it would have been funny.
It would have been
I
funny.
would have been your way out of the group. Yeah,
I didn't want out of the group. I like being part of the group.
I know. So yeah, so we had Diwali going on, so I figured I'd share those two Diwali stories just because it kind of pertained to us. So
I completely forgot about that. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Geez, what did I do at this
I
one?"
love how Brandon has like ingratiated himself into like all of your beautiful yearly celebrations, and like
Yeah.
Brandon like has
Not
Like
on
my
purpose.
culture.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
trying.
yeah, like he's taking over my culture and my
Oh.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My culture is not your competition.
Yeah, Brandon. It's not something to win, okay, Brandon?
I wasn't trying to win. The old lady told me I won. I was just there having a good time.
You're like, you know what this is about, right? This is about bountiful harvest, a good family, community. Like you're ruining it.
Teaching. I'll never forget when that lady grabbed my arm. I was like, I've done something bad. Like when she, she literally she had like a firm grip on my arm. I was like, I have screwed up. I have disrespected someone. Complete opposite.
Yeah. Well,
she wanted you
well,
to
the thing is that
right?
that generation of Indians, they don't do anything slowly. It's all aggressive, whether it's good or bad. So you never know. You never know how it's going to turn out.
Are we about to make out?
Could be good. It could be bad. You don't know. Yeah.
I was scared, but
yeah,
it turned out good.
All right. I think I've had enough of this topic now. So let's go ahead and move on.
Man, you weaved out of dad stories real.
You did.
You weaved hard out of dad stories.
I know.
I don't even know how we got there from Halloween.
Let's weave back into dad stories.
They overlaps.
Yeah, same day.
Same
Diwali
day.
and Halloween were same day. Yeah.
Hey, so different, but same.
Yeah, different but same. Yeah. So obviously Thursday we did the whole trick or treating thing. So it rained in the morning here, but then afterwards it got like really windy, like super windy, like to the fact where like there was little kids out there, and like if they stepped at the right time when the wind blew, like you would see them kind of topple over a little bit. Didn't stop us though. We were still out there hustling, grinding, getting that candy.
That's right.
I'm the IRS in this house, I gotta collect that dad tax. Yeah, we gotta get after it. You know what I mean? So we hit a decent amount of houses. It was the first since we've been in this neighborhood. It's the first year we've had actually like temperature wise, it's been really good. So we were like, let's just ride it out, man. This is because we don't know. Every year is different. So we're like, let's just ride it out. So
tomorrow's
we had
not a given. Enjoy today.
Exactly. This guy gets it. Eric, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
You can win my culture. That's okay. Brandon, not you. So we go to a bunch of houses, and we come to this one house that had like the bowl out to just grab whatever you want, which a lot of houses did that because people were out trick-or-treating with the families and whatnot. But this one house had full-size bars in the bowl, like to just grab. And surprisingly, there was still a lot in there. So I don't know if just kids hadn't noticed that side of the street
crazy.
yet.
That's
Yeah.
too well
Thankfully,
managed.
they were still there, so I grabbed 7.
Yeah. So I cleaned out the bowl.
Yeah. No, I did not clean out the bowl, but I did grab myself a little treat for later that night. I'm not gonna lie. Look, if I'm
It's just on a ring.
Yeah,
It's just on a ring camera somewhere, just like bent over, like digging through.
No, I had Zoe do all the dirty work for me. So she'd be picking it out, and she'd be like, she was ready to go. She picked her thing out.
Snickers.
Yeah. Well, so
Skittles.
she picked a full size Snickers,
Skittles.
and then she'd be putting in her bag and walking away. I'm like, no, Zoe, just can you grab one more for Daddy, please? Just grab that big bag of peanut M&Ms real quick.
Yeah. See that yellow bag?
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of guiding them without actually trying to guide them, So, but yeah, so brought in a pretty good haul. The later it got, you kind of notice. I'm sure it's the same in your guys' area. The later you get, more people are just trying to get rid of their candy. So like when you're going towards like 6:30, people are just trying to get rid of their candy. So they're just like unloading in your bag, which is always a nice little win towards the end of the night. And then after that, and then we did that, and then so going into my dad's story. So I don't know about you guys, but Zoe's not really too big of like a breakfast person. Like she doesn't like to really eat in the morning. She doesn't really fancy breakfast foods in general. So to try to get her to eat breakfast foods, we'll do like pancakes, but we'll try to make them like holiday theme. So like because it was a holiday, we did like an orange one to make it look like a pumpkin, like just put some food coloring in it. Just to try to get her to try it. But it's always a no-go, man. It's always a no-go. She'll eat it and then she'll be like, it's all right. And then like the whole pancake's just gone away. So like I'm over here eating like a pumpkin pancake at the age of 37 years old. like an idiot. But yeah, I don't know. How are your kids with breakfast? Do they eat like good breakfast, or like do they just kind of like, I'm okay, I'll wait till lunch?
No, they want to eat. Especially Savannah gets up ready to eat. Literally this morning
too. Yeah.
I got woke. So I got home super late, exhausted. Had Haley had an optional cross country practice. We talked about it last week. I thought we weren't going to go to practice. Turns out she did go to practice. So Courtney took her to practice, but I was so tired that they left. And then like literally Savannah came in there and woke me up. She's like, I'm exhausted from the day before. She's like, hey, they also had a sleepover, by the way. So there's other kids here. She's like, hey, we're hungry. I was like, what? I was like, where's your mom? She's like, she's at Haley's practice. I was like, they're at practice? I was like, they left? She's like,
Brandon,
yeah, we're hungry.
You didn't want to trust Lily to make them pancakes?
No, Lily's still in bed.
Oh, okay.
She's
the
asleep.
two older kids were still in bed. Yeah, two older kids were still in bed, but Savannah and her friend were up, and they were like, hey, we're ready to eat. Like, get up, Dad. So I had to jump into dad mode this morning.
Dude, I say that
Take
because
my order.
when we were at Brandon's house. Yeah. No, when we were at Brandon's house last summer, like the next morning we woke up and like Lily was already making pancakes for us. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like Lily's actually contributing to the household. And like we're like complimenting Lily, like 'cause she was doing a good job. And as soon as we compliment her, she drops like a whole stack of pancake into the batter. Like directly into the batter. Like,
Extra coating.
It was fun while it lasted, I guess.
Extra flavor.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so to say all that to say, my kids like a breakfast.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Hadley wakes up hungry.
Nice.
Ophelia wakes up hungry. But they have like we're not making them like gourmet breakfast here. You know what I mean? It's like oatmeal.
Yeah.
They have like
toast,
Eggos, pancakes,
yeah, like simple stuff.
fruit,
Yeah.
yogurt, those kind of things. But they do wake up and like today, 7 a.m. Hadley's up 10 minutes later. She's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Savannah. Lily
so
will handle herself, but
Yeah.
Savannah's up like that,
Yeah.
like ready to roll. Ready
Yeah.
for some food.
Yeah, Zoe will just drink like a glass of milk in the morning, and then she'll be good till like
Damn.
lunchtime, or not lunch, like 11 o'clock, but close enough to lunch where I just give her lunch then. But yeah, I'm trying to get her to get into breakfast, at least eat something in the morning, because I'm like, I love breakfast. I love me some, I love me a good brunch. You know what I mean? Who
Oh,
doesn't love a
brunch
good
boy.
brunch?
He's
Yeah,
a brunch
of course.
boy.
Yeah, I'm a brunch boy.
You're
we're all
a
brunch
brunchy
boys,
boy.
okay? Yeah. Don't knock
This
on
is
brunch. I know you all. I know.
Dude,
Everybody
I
here
love
loves
Hey,
brunch.
hey, this is
Hey.
this is a brunch of good boys here.
brunch friendly. Yeah. Hey, this is a brunch friendly podcast. Okay.
That's a good one, Eric.
That was a
you.
good one. That was a good
I
one.
like
you.
that one.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
man.
like that.
Like
All
that
right.
joke.
Well, I think that's gonna
like
be a perfect.
brunch. I like breakfast food. I like it all.
I think that'll be a perfect transition into everybody's favorite segment of the week, the draft. And this week,
Go
we're gonna be
vote.
drafting.
Go vote. Rock the vote, people. This is the
Go
week
vote,
for
yeah.
voting. Vote on who
Topical.
has the best draft.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we had record amount of draft votes this week. We had like I think 8 or 9 people vote this week.
And
Oh, damn.
comments.
Yeah, everybody
Anish,
got
you
votes
won.
this week too.
Anish won.
I did. Everybody got votes though. So, hey, how does it make you feel, Eric, that Katie voted for Brandon? dude,
I've
not for
long
you.
suspected that there was something going on between Brandon and Katie, so it's kind of a sore subject.
So thanks for bringing it up here.
Yeah,
Nish.
yeah, it's a little fresh, but I don't feel good about it. Anish, I don't feel good.
Hey,
Did you get what you wanted?
we
Yeah, is that what
we
you
all
wanted
got
on
in the
a recorded
podcast game
line?
for content. Yeah.
Hey, Eric,
Hey, we're all
your
in this game
marriage
for
is
content, okay?
crumbling. What are your thoughts on that?
How does that make you feel?
Wait, did this turn into Jerry
What's going on in your
Springer?
head? Yeah.
We're gonna bring her out right now.
Man. Yeah. Katie's actually been waiting on hold. Let me put her into the meeting.
Face pops up.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna draft best breakfast foods. Now,
Okay.
we're not gonna do a draft where like if somebody takes bacon, then all variations of bacon off the table,
Yeah,
or if
it's
somebody takes
breakfast.
eggs, all variations. Yeah, we can do variations. Just doing breakfast items. Best breakfast items.
So question.
Yeah.
Can I also do certain restaurant food items, or is it just like things
Sure.
that we
Yeah.
make? You know what I mean? It's a combo,
story,
right?
man.
Combo.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
your
you can do.
story.
Yeah, you can do certain restaurant food items as well.
Okay.
It's your draft.
Yeah.
Rock the vote. Vote for who you
rock
feel.
the vote, dude.
Rock the vote, man. Rock the vote.
Motivate the people.
Oh man.
Vote
Yeah.
early. Vote often.
So I think
Mail-in vote.
We'll probably
Send
be
in
able to
your
do
mail-in vote.
mail-in vote. Yeah, early voting, mail-in vote, any type of vote you can do.
Fraudulent voting. Who
Call-in
cares?
vote.
If you vote on our Instagram post, Anish will send you a I voted sticker.
Yeah,
You you could put that on your Facebook status. I voted. Make sure you go do it.
Yeah, it's just it's the sticker, just the little animated GIF sticker on the comment section of Instagram.
Nope.
Just so you guys see them.
Just send him your mailing
Hard
address,
copy.
your zip code,
Okay.
the last 4 of your social security number, and a debit card number, and he'll get you that
Yep.
sticker.
Comment
Yeah,
below in the
shipping-
YouTube comment below in the YouTube if you voted and initial pick one, and one of you will get a sticker.
Exactly.
You'll get a first class flight to the Washington D.C. for the inauguration.
You have to pay for shipping though. I'm not paying for shipping. It's just too expensive. All right,
A
Brandon
sticker.
is
Anish
gonna
is
be
more of a stickler.
Oh,
yeah. Brandon, you got the first pick this week.
Ooh.
All right. I'm
I
second.
always
and
knew I
then-
liked you.
Yeah. See. Oh, now we're turning around. Let's keep the same energy
Well,
next week when it
I'm
spins
last.
back around. Yeah. Hey, you got the back-to-back picks though. Okay.
Oh,
We'll do
that is-
4 rounds because I feel like we can easily get 4 rounds out of this this specific topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Eric.
No,
I feel like you have to
I
talk
like
about
it.
clarification.
No, I like it.
It's all right. I'm about to take the Travis Hunter of the draft. So
Go ahead, Brandon. Kick it off. Kick the draft off.
I cannot keep up with who goes first or what because honestly, I feel like it's always an issue. But
Oh, Brandon, you don't write
this
them
is
down?
this is my pick.
You don't write them down? I write
Yeah,
I write
dude.
down-
I
write down every-
did.
Is that a
I couldn't even
duck?
tell you what the draft was last week.
Anish, was that a
It's
duck
owl.
on that?
It's an owl. Yeah, I don't know where I got
That doesn't
from,
make
but it was
any
in the
better-
office.
Yeah.
What? All right. So anyway, when I was
Sorry.
making some
Sorry.
notes about what I wanted to pick, this podcast is off the rails.
Yeah,
tonight.
we get off the rails. It's time change, man. It makes you do weird things.
It's a long
So
day,
I'm at Diwali,
man.
and
Diwali? I barely knew her.
Yeah.
all right. Breakfast food draft.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I was making my notes. When I was
Yeah.
making my notes,
Yeah.
I had 1A, and the rest were like 3 and below.
Whoa.
And my number one that I would love, and now this is not, these aren't everyday breakfast foods. You don't get these every day. These are ideal. What would I love to have for
yes.
breakfast?
Yes.
Give me a breakfast burrito.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have like a specific one I want
was
because
gonna
I
say,
love so many
from
different types.
Specific?
No, honestly, I love a ton. I mean, a quick
And it's-
favorite. I do love
does-
a Chick-fil-A. I do
was
love
gonna
a
say-
Chick-fil-A
okay,
breakfast burrito.
It's gone. It's gone. That was my number one pick.
It's
was
gone.
Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito.
I mean, if somewhere has a breakfast burrito, I'm probably trying it. But my probably go-to is Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito. It just
big
always is a
girthy-
spot. I don't know about
girthy
the.
bastard.
It's big. There's chicken in it. There's eggs. You get
Yeah.
double
Hash
protein.
browns.
You got a warm tortilla, and sprinkle a little bit of that hot salsa on the top of that, and
Oh, that
You're gonna have a good
jalapeno.
morning.
The jalapeno salsa.
talk to
That's
me.
good. That's a
Yeah.
good-
So
that's-
yeah, number one off the board. I'm sure that was probably god tier breakfast food item for the
That's a
three of
good
us
one.
anyway.
Yeah,
But
that was my
breakfast
number
burrito.
one. That was my number one.
Brandon,
Brandon, I would
that was
say
my number one as well.
I would say breakfast burritos are go in the same category to me as if a restaurant, if they have a Reuben sandwich or a Cuban sandwich, I go, doesn't matter what's on the menu, I'm ordering a Reuben tonight. That's the way. If
Yeah.
I see a breakfast burrito, I go, that's what I'm getting. I want all that. So great choice.
Nice. Great pick. Great pick.
Thank you.
All right. So obviously everybody's number one off the board quick right there.
there goes that one.
I'm gonna go with another favorite, another close second, for me. I'm gonna go with a good old bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
On what?
Can't go wrong with the nice.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I'm gonna go on an English muffin because I'm an English muffin
Ooh.
fan. Yeah, I'm an English
You're
muffin
so
fan.
proper.
Yeah. Look, I know there's other options out there. The bagel being the main one, but for me, I like the sourdough. So the English muffin is just everything just blends so well. The egg, the cheese, the bacon, the crisp from the muffin.
The lightly toasted muffin, but it's still got that chew to it.
Yep. Yep.
Got me getting hungry.
Good choice.
You got two back to back here.
Okay, so my first
Thank you.
pick is I'm gonna go with the classic. This is like Brandon said, this is not an everyday thing, but this is one of those things that when you do get the opportunity to eat this item, you're in hog heaven, as we say down here. My number one pick is the Hardee's biscuits and gravy breakfast. It's
Ooh.
It's fantastic. Biscuits, maybe that makes me a true Southerner. I don't know, but the biscuits are fantastic. The gravy is top tier. It is fast food. I'm not saying this is going to make you're not going to be fitting your dress clothes if you eat too many of these bad boys, but they are delicious. That's my number one pick.
Thick boys.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
we them
Dude,
thick boys.
I'm not a huge like bread guy, but yeah, like if you have like a good biscuits and gravy, like not like a runny gravy, like a thick boy.
Thick boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really kind of, like I said, not kind of soggy, not completely soggy, but kind of moist, wet bread.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Going.
You still want some of that.
We're going.
The deliciousness of the biscuit still keeps its shape, but it's also drowning in gravy.
Yeah.
I
said, you're not going to feel good after, but you're going to feel good during.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like biscuits don't get enough love in the breakfast realm. I feel like people biscuits are really good, and I feel like people just gloss over them really easily.
Anish, I didn't realize how much of a biscuit defender I was until we went to. There's a place called Biscuit Love that people go nuts over. It's this like kind of chain hipster style breakfast place, and so one opened up in downtown Franklin, and Katie and I went to it, and we ordered a biscuit with like chicken fried and gravy on it, and I was like appalled that they called it a biscuit and that this place wins like biscuit notoriety because it was like a loaf of bread. And I was like, this is insulting. You have insulted me and everything that I stand for.
Hey, it's no Loveless Cafe biscuits.
Ooh, you love it. Brandon, have you ever been there?
Those are some.
You ever been to the Loveless?
Once.
Oh man, it's good.
I think I went with you.
So good, dude.
I'm pretty sure I went with.
Was
with y'all.
that for our wedding?
I can't remember when, but I'm
Chris's wedding.
Pretty sure we went together.
Yeah, it was something for your wedding.
Yeah, it had to have been.
I know for sure
wedding.
I was there. Yeah,
it's a good place to go with like 20 people too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
You got a second pick here.
Yes, sir. Let's just keep talking about biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. I know, dude. This just shows you how much of
Jeez, Nish, you got somewhere to be?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
get on with it.
So my second pick, Anish, I'm piggybacking off of Anish's. I'm going with a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel sandwich.
Yep.
Yep. That's my number.
I feel like those are the only two options for that with the bacon, egg, and cheese. Either a muffin or a bagel. You can do like sourdough bread and things like that, but those are the only two I feel like you can really go with for breakfast.
Yes.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna go with the restaurant specific pick for my second pick. A restaurant that's near and dear to my heart that I've taken you boys to.
It was right there.
Many times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a restaurant up here in Chicago called Wildberry. Just divine brunch food. Like divine brunch food. And there's so many options to pick. Yeah, there's so many options to pick from their menu. But I'm going to go with just a personal favorite. I know there's better options that are probably there, but I'm just going to go, this is my pick, so I'm going to go what's good for me.
Anish.
Yeah. I'm going to go with their Southwest Eggs Benny. They do like a Chipotle hollandaise sauce. They have some like roasted red peppers.
Ooh.
With like, it's so good.
Talk dirty to me,
It's so good. Just start grunting. This whole podcast is going to turn into us grunting about foods.
Wild berries was my number 2. That was on my list. The second thing I put. I didn't want to put it first, but I was hoping it fell back to me. I can still say it technically, but I'm not going to. You said wild. I said wild berries. I don't want to. I think there's plenty of stuff we can pick. I don't want to do a double wild berries, but that breakfast skillet. I literally have wild berries breakfast skillet on my draft board. Like I said, we'll let you keep wild berries. It's your Chicago thing anyway. I almost felt kind of bad drafting it.
Hey, it's open, man. I took only one item. Everything else.
I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it if it wasn't for you.
That's right.
Fair.
When you shared your love with us and you let us into it.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm taking wild berry. No. I'll let you have wild berries. I don't want to do a double, but good Lord, if you're ever in Chicago, go to wild berries.
Yes.
That should be your ad read next week.
It's already busy
Eric.
as hell, so I'm sure when all of our followers flood it, it's going to be insanely busy.
Yeah.
They're about to get the Sleepy Dad bump. And,
the Sleepy Dad bump.
And we're getting free skillets for life.
It's so much of a staple now that anytime you guys come up here, that's like the one place. That and Portillo's. Those are like the two places that are must.
Those are my two choices that I want to do when I come up there.
Yes.
That's what I want to go do. I want to eat at those places.
Yeah.
So
All right,
anyway,
Brandon, you got two back to back.
We salivated over biscuits. We've salivated over burritos. We salivated over wild berries.
Wild berry.
So let's see. Let's change it up a little bit here. This is something I love, and again, it's probably more in the vein of the biscuits and gravy. You're not having it all the time, and it's a heavy meal. You might not even be making it to lunch if you eat this, but I don't even know if I have a specific place in mind for it. But I love chicken and waffles. You get a big like chicken breast or tenders, and on a nice waffle, cover that bad boy in syrup. Again, not good for you. Probably put you in a coma for the rest of the day. But give me some chicken and waffles. Tupelo Honey has a great chicken and waffles.
Yes, they
that's
do.
one that's coming to mind right now. But again, that's another thing. If it's like a sit down place and there's chicken and waffles, I'm like, it piques my interest. I'm gonna check it out because not everybody does it. Not everybody does that. So especially like a southern place, I'm probably gonna give it a try.
That's a good one.
And then my next pick, I'm gonna do something that's probably more dad moment, more nostalgic with me. And you actually alluded to it earlier. It's making pancakes with the kids, and we do a lot of pancakes, and instead of just doing a normal pancake, we'll cut it with like cookie cutters, or we have a princess like waffle pancake maker, or we have the Baby Yoda pancake maker. So we like making. So I guess I'm trying to say fun pancakes with
Leaves.
the fam. Leaves.
Yeah.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
So does that mean that those are all
Hey,
board?
honestly, you could just say pancakes. I say fun pancakes.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. I have two different types of pancakes on my board, but I'm going with the fun pancakes because that's something we do more often. I'm trying to do something that I actually do more often. That's kind of a weekend thing, right?
How do you want that to show on the graphic? Just fun pancakes, or do you want it like a specific shape to show? I don't want any bias here on the voting.
Just pancakes. Just milk steak.
Milk steak.
Milk steak.
Romam.
Say fun pancake shapes.
Yeah, I like that. Fun pancakes with kids. Because Brando loves the kids.
You love the kids.
Okay. All right. That was a good one. I had pancakes queued up for my next
does that mean
pick.
pancakes are gone?
I mean, you guys technically picked the same thing.
I did.
What are you gonna do? Pancakes on an English muffin or pancakes on a bagel?
No one would ever say an English muffin sandwich and a bagel sandwich are the same. No one would ever say that.
Exactly, Brandon. Exactly.
So take that.
All right.
Showed me.
All right. I'm going to go with something that Brandon mentioned earlier, specifically from Wildberry. But I'm not going to do Wildberry. I'm just going to do just in general.
Oh, my gosh.
Just a good old breakfast skillet, man. Just a good old breakfast skillet.
Skillets.
Just anywhere. I feel like anywhere you get a breakfast skillet, every time I've had it, it's always hit. I've never had a bad one. They always come out perfect. And it always is satisfying, no matter where I get it from. So,
but there's nowhere else to get it from than Wildberries.
You can get it.
That's the only one.
Mm-hmm. You can get them at different brunch places. You guys don't have options for breakfast skillets on there?
Yes, we do. We don't have
not like Wildberries.
Wildberry, no. I would travel for that.
Fair.
I have traveled for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon just showed up one weekend. Just came one day, went to Wildberry, and went home.
Didn't even tell him.
Yeah. All right, Eric, you got two picks here.
My third
picks,
pick,
by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. My third pick, I'm going with the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle from the one and only McDonald's. Another one, it'll put you in a coma, but the syrupy waffles as the sandwich, the sausage, egg, and cheese, that's a delicious sandwich. Every bite is nirvana. Fantastic.
McGriddle's so good, too.
McGriddle.
Just a McGriddle in general is just so good. Yeah. Man, that was a good one, Eric. That was a good one.
Thank you. And then my last one, even though Brandon tried to claim all the pancakes, I'm going with the Cracker Barrel stack of pancakes. I will say they're delicious. They cook them on a cast iron skillet. They get a little crisp on the edge, but also I went with my brother-in-law recently to Cracker Barrel, and he ordered an order of pancakes, and you get a side item, and he ordered a side item of pancakes. So we watched the man eat like 8 pancakes and had no problem with it. It was impressive. They're delicious. I was in awe. I was like, I'm not even judging you. That is awesome.
I know what I want my pancake graphic to say.
Okay, what do you want your pancake? This is important. This is important. Okay, this is important.
He's been over there thinking about this the entire time. He didn't even listen to what our three picks.
He hasn't heard any of our picks.
Three
He
picks
hasn't
have
heard
gone
any of our
by.
picks. Yeah.
You
All right,
said
go ahead.
Cracker Barrel pancakes, and it made me think, whoa, well, I should have done homemade pancakes.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that's
should've
good. Yeah, that's probably right.
So there, homemade
Good.
pancakes.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right, moving on
All
with the draft.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Y'all aren't
So
gonna
my-
like my last pick. I already know
Oh,
it.
God.
Y'all are
If
not
you
gonna like my
say,
last pick.
Yeah.
homemade pancakes.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it. All right, sorry,
All
I'm,
right.
I'm stepping on
Yeah.
Nish's shoes.
You are okay. So my last pick, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more nostalgic, something that you don't eat all the time, just because of just the pure gluttonous aspect
Right.
of it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with the good old fashioned Krispy Kreme donut, just a glazed donut.
Ooh.
Nice.
When they're hot and
Fresh.
ready, when you get that hot and
fresh.
ready sign, oh man, there's nothing better than a hot and ready Krispy Kreme donut. I'm
you
a
know
big
what
chocolate fan, but go ahead.
Go. Sorry. No. I apologize. I interrupted you. You're spitting. Go. I'm sorry.
He can't help himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a big chocolate fan, but just a good old fashioned glazed donuts, nothing better.
Mm.
Nothing better.
Anish, you know what that
Go ahead.
reminds me of? Brandon, do you remember in preparation for your wedding back in what was that, December 2009, or was that January? Was it January?
Mhm.
Should I
January
know
of
this.
2010.
It was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. But do you
It was
remember?
winter. Yeah.
We were. It was like the night before. We're running around everywhere. We stopped. There was the Krispy Kreme light was on, and we all of us crammed in a car, and we like destroyed
Mhm.
like 24 Krispy Kreme donuts in like 4 minutes.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
heaven.
We also ordered didn't we also order like 100 chicken
Yeah,
McNuggets?
nuggets.
We got a
Yeah.
from
ton of chicken
McDonald's.
nuggets too.
Yes.
We were
So we had
living.
Krispy Kreme and McNuggets.
Yes, we
And
were
then
we were
just
powered on
housing
Krispy
it.
Kreme and
Yeah.
McNuggets to get Brandon married
Yep.
to make it happen.
It's a busy weekend.
It was. We had no
It
You
is.
grab
choice.
what you can.
Yeah.
You grab what you can.
Mhm.
Hey, also though, perfect East Ridge food items, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Uh-huh.
All right, Brandon, let's hear this. Let's hear this so-called
You're not gonna like it.
controversial
If
last
you say
pick
like
of the best
if you
breakfast
say
food out.
oats or something,
Hey, listen.
Berries.
This
Yeah.
is my pick.
A granola parfait.
oh yeah, there's a CrossFit
Your yard-
bar that I like to eat. It gives me like carbohydrates before I get a.
Laird Hamilton has this granola bar.
And honestly, it tastes
you're
better
not
than
gonna like
biscuits and
this.
gravy.
You're not gonna like this.
All right. Go ahead, Brandon. Cook.
I'm
Let
about to
him
cook
cook.
on y'all because you boys live in fantasy world and you're older. You boys are old. You're like, I want a McDonald's sandwich. I want to eat a huge breakfast skillet every morning. Well, you know what? Wake up, boys. You can't do that every morning. That's not reasonable. That's not something that happens. So I'm drafting on a real world basis right now, and this is what I eat every morning. I do a yogurt with
Oh.
blueberries and honey.
You're
Every
tanking.
freaking morning.
You're tanking your
You boys
draft.
can have your McGriddle. You can
So yogurt? You say yogurt? Is that it?
Blueberry and
yogurt
honey.
with blueberries and honey.
Honey.
You
Just
got to
honey.
made it hurt
specify-
you. Chill.
Hey, Anish, put Go-Gurt
You-
on there.
hey,
Put Go-Gurt. on
Go-Gurt.
his,
The Princess
would
Elsa
never.
Go-Gurt.
I would never. Eric gets to talk about Cracker Barrel and McDonald's. Like, grow up, brother.
we did the caveat.
We're not in middle
we said
school.
We said we can't eat this every day.
You would love
Brandon.
to, but you can't. So you
Brandon.
got to go with what is reasonable. Fourth round, you got to do what's reasonable.
Brandon, if you
I
line
live
up
in
all these
today.
items,
I don't live in fantasy line. I don't live in a fantasy life, Eric.
if you line up
It's
all
time
these
to put
items
on your big boy
at
pants
your-
and grow up.
Brandon,
This isn't the Sleepy
Brandon.
Kids podcast. This is
Brandon.
the Sleepy Dads. You're a dad, Eric. You're middle aged. You can't eat like that anymore, boy. This is an intervention. This is a
Brandon.
wake up.
Brandon,
It's time to put on your big boy pants
Brandon,
and start thinking
Shut
about
up.
the future.
shut up and let me talk for a second. Brandon,
You've been talking this entire draft. It's time for someone else. It's time for the
Brandon,
adult to step
you-
up
I-
and educate you.
if you Brandon, if you were to take every single one of these food items to your UT tailgating session, the only thing left on the table would be your Go-Gurts. Okay, everything else is going to get housed. Okay, so it's cool that you're being sensible and you're doing your keto thing, but not the most delicious.
We have become a
is
podcast
delicious.
divided.
Well, I'm glad,
And that's
Brandon,
why-
that you have finally come to my side.
We're cooking so much
I
that they
know,
stopped the pod.
What the heck?
What kind of
It was a
moderator
fluke.
are you?
Yeah, my
Brandon.
bad.
Brandon,
I
can you
moved
switch to
mouse
game
and actually
chat?
clicked the thing.
The media is censoring me
Dude,
right now.
yeah.
Kamala is shutting our podcast down.
Oh man.
Pelosi
my
is pissed
gosh.
about it.
Anish was so upset.
About Go.
My bad, fellas.
What'd you
my
do?
bad. My mouse moved and it hit against the keyboard and it actually clicked right on the record thing.
I thought I did something. It
Nah.
just popped up on the screen.
My bad.
Gosh, man, we were cooking, Anish.
God damn it,
Hey, man.
Anish.
That was. Hey, we're still cooking. All right.
It's over. It's past.
We're
Anish,
past it now.
There's no cooking with Go-Gurts. You don't have to cook anything with
Yeah.
it. It comes out of a cow.
Take it on the go. Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
Every day, Brandon's eating Go-Gurts, getting breakfast on the go and CrossFit.
I
Brandon
was
made.
like, I put that on my list, and I was like, I'm doing this one. I was like, they are not gonna like it, but I was dead set on doing it.
Lame.
I
Brandon
have a
made-
bunch of other ones on the board but I was like,
Yeah.
this will be funny, and it
That was good. That was good.
and it
That
was.
was good. Well played, Brandon. Well played.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. All right. Well, good draft until the ending there.
So, hey, Brandon, we need to talk about getting a new
What?
producer.
What?
We need a new producer
Yeah.
on this pod.
Someone that's got not so much of a trigger finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, yeah.
I'm not even touching my computer right now. Like, what are you
Listen.
doing?
Or crazy thought. Maybe one
Yeah,
of you
what are you doing?
hats can step up.
Dude, I can,
Oh,
I
no, there
can
was no
click
way.
record and not click delete at the end of until I'm ready.
Yeah, I've not touched my laptop this whole time.
Yeah.
Hey man, weird things are happening. Okay, I can't explain everything that goes on over here.
The magic of creating a podcast.
The magic.
Okay? I don't have time
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes, Eric.
He's like, yeah, and I really don't care to know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's kind of better that way.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
Do
right,
you have any
fellas.
honorable mentions?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. We had there's French toast I had on my board.
I had French
barbecue
toast and
shrimp.
powdered sugar.
Yeah,
Mm.
barbecue shrimp. I had waffles too, but you kind of took the chicken and waffles.
Okay,
Didn't
so
stop
I don't. This is
Didn't
so
stop Eric.
The caveat beforehand
Pancakes.
was that because someone says eggs, you can still do other things with eggs. In
No,
it.
yeah,
Well, there's
And then
different
now
types
Brandon's
of eggs.
like, I'm claiming all pancakes.
There's different types of breakfast sandwiches.
So
I mean,
we did that,
I don't.
and I followed the rules
Yeah.
and did that, and now you're giving me shit about it, and I don't appreciate
And then you
it.
said pancakes. So there's going to be 2 pancakes on the draft board.
Mine are delicious, Cracker Barrel, and yours are going to be
We
Lily's
got
dropped
Cracker
in
Barrel
pancakes,
pancakes?
double coated in pancake batter.
We'll see what the people vote for.
That's right.
let's
All you people out there, don't vote for Brandon. Don't support the honey berries thing in the yogurt.
That's why.
Eric, you're going with the big corporations. You sold out. You went
I did.
Cracker Barrel, McDonald's.
It's true. I did McDonald's, Cracker
And you're
Barrel,
trying to
and
censor
Hardee's.
me?
And
That sounds
Hardee's.
about and Hardee's. Good
That's right.
Lord.
Yeah,
Brandon, because they're
At least
about
support a Wild Berries
Brandon, I'm for
or a
the
Tupelo
common man.
Honey.
Brandon, I'm for the common man.
No,
you're
you're not.
over here being uppity.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
On the go. Dad's on the go.
Dad's on the go. Oh man,
going straight to a heart attack?
Well, that's what we said. If you ate it every damn day, yes. Yes, that would happen.
Brandon was slowly turning into David Goggins as he was getting more worked up. Don't be a bitch.
I just had to keep censoring
Eat
Eric.
yogurt. Eat yogurt so your stool doesn't stay hard.
Blueberries, honey, yogurt. Stay hard.
Stay hard. Don't grunt. Don't blow an O-ring. Eating your Hardee's like a fat bitch. Don't do it.
Hey,
Brandon
it writes
may,
itself. It writes itself.
yeah. Brandon may have ended the recording because of The whole issue going on.
Ooh.
Conspiracy. There's a conspiracy going
the
on
plot
now.
thickens.
Hey, I'd say that too if I was a bad producer.
Whoa. Let's not get crazy here.
This
all right?
is all.
No need to take
okay,
shots. All right.
Okay, recap. Here's what happened. We were having a great little
What?
draft, and then Brandon had to put his hippy dippy bullshit food items in, and it made everybody get all defensive. And Brandon's attacking people.
You're giving all these free shout outs to all these big companies, all these big corporations that are trying to poison us, Eric.
homemade pancakes and yogurt.
Yeah, exactly. I give no brand names, no shout out, no free shout outs. You're just throwing them out there.
We live in a corporate America,
All right.
Brandon.
Huh?
We live in corporate America.
You're part of the problem.
Don't hum me.
You're part of the
heard.
problem.
You're
You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
We've definitely become a podcast divided now.
And
Now
Nish,
I
you've
call
lost
the hot
control
takes.
of this podcast.
I've lost control of this
Yeah, well, now-
podcast. Yeah,
and
I'm just
if
letting it
If you
rip.
think I'm going to eat
Hey,
a
a
yogurt
good
with honey,
producer
you're
would have
going to
wrapped
have
this
to
up.
kill me.
Yeah.
Next time Eric comes over, I know what he's having for breakfast.
Yeah. That's gonna be the only thing in your house: yogurt,
Yeah.
blueberries, and honey.
No, you mean
Maybe a
I
homemade
hope
homemade pancake.
I'll say
Yeah,
I hope
homemade
it'd be
pancake.
homemade pancakes made with wearing some merch that Lily makes. That'd be real nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eric,
All
I'm
right.
surprised you didn't. Sorry, I have one more.
No,
I
you're
have
fine.
more honorable mentions. I'm surprised
No,
you didn't
if you're
do,
going to insult me, you're about to
Katie's-
insult me.
No, you're right. You're right, Brayden.
Okay, sorry.
I know what you're about to say.
Classic Eric interrupting a good point. I was about to say your wife makes a mean breakfast casserole. I'm surprised you didn't give her a shout out, but instead
Yeah.
you went with corporations.
She does. It's delicious. You're
And
absolutely
like
right.
the sausage balls.
Yes.
Damn.
Damn, Eric.
Hey,
With
I
that
hope
being
the
said,
voters
Eric,
keep that in
Katie's been
mind.
on. Yeah. With that being said, Katie's been on hold this whole time. Let's go and bring her on in.
Brandon says he loves her casserole.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We make it now.
It
we
is
got the We got the
delicious.
recipe from her. We make it.
Hey,
It's
spoiler or
literally on my list, but again, I didn't want to be rude. I was
Plot
going to leave it
twist.
for you.
plot twist, we had those homemade sausage balls for
There's a-
breakfast today, and they were awesome.
So it was sitting right there for you.
I know.
Yeah. And you
You're
just
right.
let it be.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I let it slip.
That's
My
okay,
bad.
man. That's okay. You chose big corporations over your wife. We understand.
Choices were
Podcast
made.
divided
Okay?
and a house divided.
Choices were made.
Choices were made. All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up there.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to touch on
I'm
before we
done.
get out of here?
I don't think anything
All right.
crazy's happening this week. I don't know if we'll have much to talk about next week.
Should be a pretty quiet news week. So should be.
I think either way,
I'm so ready
either,
for it to be over.
depending on how this ends, Inish's town could be burned down, or our towns could be burned down, depending on who gets elected. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. It'll be fun either way.
I'm just ready for the TV ads to end.
Same here.
Oh,
let's,
dude,
let's move
same.
on. Let's move forward, boys.
Let's move on. Yep.
Everybody,
Exactly.
move forward.
All right, boys.
All right.
Another episode in the books. Till next week. See ya.
Bye.